Hello viewers, welcome to the Global News Update on Top Accolade News. First, the headlines. Republican Senator suspends presidential campaign. U.S. conducts more strikes in eastern Syria. Iceland declares state of emergency and evacuates residents. Details coming up shortly. In politics, Republican Senator suspends presidential campaign. In a surprising turn, Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina has announced the suspension of his presidential campaign. Scott, who entered the race in May with an optimistic message, faced an uphill battle in the GOP primary. The decision, disclosed in an interview with Fox News, caught many of his aides and donors off guard. Scott's presidential prospect began to dim with the Super PAC supporting him, pulling its television ads in October. Despite a significant cash advantage and a focus on lower, his campaign struggled to break through. Scott expressed his love for America but acknowledged the need to suspend his campaign, preserving the possibility of a future political turn and run, avoiding the crosshairs of Donald Trump. Moving into security, U.S. conduct more strikes in eastern Syria. In response to ongoing attacks on U.S. forces, the United States has carried out another set of strikes against targets affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in eastern Syria. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin stated that President Joe Biden directed the strikes, targeting a training facility and a safe house near the cities of Abu Kamal and Mayadin. This marks the third of such actions in 3 weeks, reflecting the U.S. stance against repeated rocket and drone launches by Iran's IRGC in Iraq and Syria. Despite attempts to deter Iran, at least 46 attacks on U.S. forces have occurred since October 17, resulting in 56 troops' injuries. Austin emphasized the priority of ensuring the safety of U.S. personnel and defending national interests. Still on security matters, Iceland declares state of emergency and evacuates residents. Iceland has declared a state of emergency, urging residents to evacuate to the coastal town of Grindavik following an intense wave of earthquakes linked to a potential volcanic eruption. The Icelandic Meteorological Office recorded nearly 800 quakes, with a magma tunnel forming that could reach Grindavik. While authorities emphasized no imminent danger, the Civil Protection Agency advises a calm evacuation. The U.S. Embassy in Iceland issued a volcano alert, warning of potential hazards like lava, toxic gases, and heavy smoke. The situation reflects Iceland's geological dynamics, citing the tectonic plate boundary with 32 active volcanoes. The world-famous Blue Lagoon Thermal Pool has closed due to seismic activity. As events unfold, Icelanders are reminded of the need for unity and resilience in the face of unprecedented natural challenges. You are watching the news on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us on Business Matters. Australian port resumes some operations after a major cyber attack. DP World Australia, one of the nation's largest port operators, has resumed some operations following a severe cyber attack that caused a substantial cargo backlog. Managing nearly 40% of Australia's goods flow, the company owned by Dubai-based logistics giant DP World faced a breach in its IT systems. After successful test of key systems, DP World Australia announced the reopening with about 5,000 containers expected to move out of its 4 terminals across the country. This represents nearly 17% of the affected load, totaling 30,000 shipping containers. While operations are partially restored, the company warned that the incident is not concluded and efforts to protect its systems may cause temporary disruptions in the coming days. In sports, Chelsea draws to Manchester City in Premier League clash. In a breathtaking Premier League match, Chelsea and Manchester City played out on an extraordinary 4-4 draw at Stamford Bridge. Despite City taking the lead controversially with Erling Haaland penalty, Chelsea showcased resilience under manager Mauricio Pochettino. Thiago Silva and Raheem Sterling's goal equalized the score, but Manuel Akanji's header put City back in front before the break. Haaland's second goal early in the second half seemed to secure City's victory, but Chelsea's Nicolas Jackson capitalized on a goal-scoring error to level once more. Rodri's deflected effort in the 86th minute gave City the lead again, only for Cole Palmer's 95th minute penalty to salvage a draw for Chelsea. The thrilling encounter leaves City just 1 point ahead of Liverpool and Arsenal at the top of the Premier League table. That concludes our global news update for today. Stay tuned for more international coverage and development. Thanks for joining us. I am Jonathan Powe. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.